Hi, loves. How are you doing today? I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little bit sassy, mostly today. And I checked in the moon is in Scorpio, which makes a ton of sense for those of you who follow astrology. So let's get into today's topic. Um, this was stemmed from something I was experiencing this morning on that tangent of sassiness and just kind of going through some energy in my womb, and I was triggered to really enter into some ancestral healing and the remembrance of how important ancestral healing is. So ancestral healing might be a new concept to some of you, and it might be something that some of you have worked with or known about for a while, and anywhere in between. So wherever you're at today, that's what we're going to talk about, is how our connection to our ancestors, both on our mother's side and our father's side, affects us in this day and age, in this life that we're living, and how to clear some of the energy that comes through from the lineages, to really open up to a different experience of life. And I think that this is really key. I was connecting with Archangel Michael recently on this, and he came through and said, this is in some ways the missing key to your work right now, meaning me, and what I'm, offering different vantage points of healing or being on the priestess path, opening up to wealth consciousness, soul-based business. And so it's my intention to work with that and open up to that and receive transmissions and talk about ancestral healing more, because I would agree, and I'll tell you a little bit about my story and how I've experienced ancestral healing, and then we're going to get into a group clearing. So Amanda's here. Hi, love. So welcome if you're live, welcome if you're on replay. If you're live or on replay, let me know maybe where you're watching from, how you're feeling today in this Moon and Scorpio energy. Are you feeling sassy like me? Are you feeling peaceful? What's going on? So let's kind of like ground this down, this topic of ancestral healing, because it can maybe seem like this kind of abstract concept. So I'm going to share a story from my life. So when I was really starting to get into wealth consciousness, after I was like kind of sick of making just the bare minimum every month with my business and just feeling constantly worried about money and just like done with like screaming at the universe, where's my money? I had an aha moment, which was, there's a lot of stuff going on, but one of the things that I realized was, oh, there's something in here from my ancestors around money and abundance. And it is my sense that I've come from a line and a lineage where most of my ancestors were middle to lower class. So a lot of like lower class, most of my, essentially almost all of my ancestry is European, save for a little bit of Middle Eastern. So of course, the peasants and the farmers and, the workers and the servants and all these kind of things. I feel that a lot of my ancestry was those kind of people, like the people that were working in the fields, or, the people that were like kind of got by but were lower class. So when I was connecting with the idea of receiving more abundance and more money, there was a sense of kind of guilt coming up, or that it wasn't safe. And when I dropped down and was like, what is that and how is that connected from my ancestors, because I could feel the correlation, what I felt was that, the ways and the society in which many of my ancestors lived in, if they had an abundance of money, or if they had an abundance of food or whatever resources that they valued, that means that they did something quote unquote wrong. That means that they had to steal it, that means that something, it came to them in a way that was, bad, because being of a lower class, they didn't actually have the opportunity to receive money and like more money, you know what I mean? Like it meant that like, okay, he stole that, or like he stole that food, like hopefully that makes sense to you. Like, the money just wasn't like, that wasn't a part of my ancestors' consciousness for the most part, although I'm sure there are a sprinkling of wealthy people in my ancestry for sure. So thanks for the comments. I'll read those in a second here, being on this tangent. So hopefully that makes sense. Like I said to you, is that there is like this sort of like, ooh, like, if I'm experiencing excess, then something's gone on and like it's not safe. So maybe I'm gonna like, be thrown in jail or tortured or something because I'm a peasant and I'm not supposed to have more. So obviously, like, what's very, very, very true, whether we've opened up to it or not, it's still the case. that our ancestry and our DNA contains codes, contains coding. So if my ancestors had issues with receiving abundance, and most of them were in scarcity or lack mentality, and they felt the fear and the constriction around that over and over, then that passes down through the lineage until this present day and age, where I'm experiencing, maybe a few years ago when I was in that, like I'm feeling kind of like it's not safe to have more money, or guilty, or these things coming up. So what's something that we can do? That's just one example out of many that I've picked up. What's something that we can do? Well, we can honor that and we can clear. So Amanda's saying today is anxious, excitement, fluttery, LOL, I'm finding myself having to breathe slow and deep to ground down. Almost hold my breath to bring me down. Well, maybe some ancestral energy work might ground you down too. Zuri says, tuning in from New Jersey, US, blessed be sisters, thank you. Tuning in for the East Coast, awesome, and I'm on the West Coast of Canada here. So you might be wondering, okay, so that makes sense, but I'm not really sure what belief systems or energy or coding that I've inherited from my ancestors. Some of you might have some ideas, especially those of you who have been connecting with your ancestors regularly. But if this is a fairly new concept to you, it's quite likely that you'll just won't know. You'll be like, I don't know what I got from my ancestors. And what I want to really presence, though, before we continue to go into this, is that our ancestors are sacred, and there's a lot of love. We can have a lot of love and reverence for our ancestors, The love of our ancestors is what brought us into being today. So this is in no way taking away from the gifts that our ancestors have given us, but it is honoring both the light and the shadow. So potentially we can go into a light-filled ancestry kind of connection in another session. But in this one, we're going to open up to some of the shadows that we might have received. So again, I spoke about, having a hard time amassing more money and wealth and resources because of this idea that that's just not who we were, my ancestors, right? That's just not what we had. We had just barely enough or less than that, and that was what was passed down as consciousness and coding. So clearing that out, how do we clear that out there? And you don't need to know, going back to what I said, like if you don't know what is coming through from your ancestors, in this particular clearing session, you do not need to. We're going to play around with frequencies and prayers and words to really start to clear out ancestral energy on a general and yet powerful sense. And we're going to work with Archangel Michael to do so. So there's many, many ways that we can do ancestral healing work. Some of the most powerful ways do include actual being with the earth. So sitting on the ground and doing rituals or doing prayer with the earth, with the elements, as when we connect with our ancestors, that tends to be that like very blood and bones, mineral kind of energy. But there's also ways to really work with angels and very high frequency spiritual energies to clear ancestral karma and ties that aren't serving us as well. And that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to be working with Archangel Michael and the blue violet ray in order to clear old shit from our ancestry. And if you have old shit from your ancestry that's not dealt with, you're going to feel more anxious in your life. You're going to feel more fearful in your life. You might have a harder time receiving money. Lots of different things can come up depending on who your ancestors were. So we're going to be going more into different types of clearing in a free 5-day training with Archangel Michael that we're doing in just a couple of days. I'll share more about that at the end, but I did put in a link in the title of this video so you can learn more and learn how you can work with Archangel Michael and the blue violet ray in all sorts of ways. Literally, it's like the all-purpose cleaner, blue violet ray, the all-purpose cleaner in your life, that anything you've got going on, I'm going to show you how you can work with the blue violet ray and Archangel Michael to clear it, no matter what it is. So let's get into this clearing session. I've talked enough about it. So I want you to close your eyes. Actually, I'm going to light up some sage. And I'm going to light a candle. You can see it. So calling in Archangel Michael and the blue violet ray to be here with us now, as you already are, but really anchoring in that presence. And hi, Kelsey. Kelsey says, hey, love, stoked on this. Thank you. You're welcome. Perfect timing. We're just getting into the clearing part. And if you want to light some sage or Palo Santo or sweetgrass or anything that you have, you're more than welcome to do so. And we're just going to open this short ceremonial session. If you don't, or if you prefer just to hang out here and receive this etheric smoke, that's perfect and beautiful. So honoring the beautiful sage and just clearing out this space for this clearing session. And just anchoring in that sense that we're entering a more ceremonial space. So I want you to close your eyes with me and take a deep breath in and out and have a few breathing cycles of this really deep belly breath. Really allowing your exhale to be audible with a sigh or with some sort of noise as you connect right in the belly, right in the womb, and releasing. And we call upon the Archangel Michael and the blue violet ray now to be with each and every single one of us. We also call on all of our ancestors who come with unconditional love to be here with us, guiding us and helping us to understand and unlock some of the frequencies that we may need to clear in this lifetime in order to live our happiest, most abundant, most peaceful lives. So again, breathing in, I want you to picture that blue-violet ray in your mind. You might have seen lights like this at like the dentist's office, or that black light, that really like blue bordering on violet light that's really quite intense. And just seeing that in your energy field as we breathe in, I want you to breathe that in, that blue-violet light down through your spine. Seeing that move through your spine, even if it's a faint visualization, that's perfect. The intention is all that we need. And anchoring that in through your root. And we're opening up our roots because this is where a lot of the ancestral trauma is stored, as well as the second chakra. And breathing that blue-violet light all the way down as we begin. And I want you to see the blue-violet light and feel the presence of Archangel Michael throughout this whole experience. Wherever we are experiencing trauma from our ancestors that has been passed down through our DNA, through our cells, through our energy, that is no longer serving our highest and best, Archangel Michael in the blue-violet ray, please clear, release, delete, and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, reality, with the higher self's permission of all those who are watching and here with us now. All of these prayers are only with the higher self's permission of all that are watching now that I am about to say. Wherever we are experiencing anxiety or fear in our lives that directly stems from our ancestry and what has been passed down, Archangel Michael in the blue-violet ray, please clear the root of that across all time, dimension, space, and reality now. And you can see that blue-violet ray actually going back into your lineage on your mother's side and your father's side, like you have two family trees kind of coming out of you, and sending that blue-violet ray through your mother lineage and through your father lineage. Anywhere where I'm experiencing financial hardship that is related to what has been programmed from my ancestors and what has come through from my ancestors, Archangel Michael and the blue-violet ray, please clear the root of that and all energy surrounding that across all time, dimension, space, reality now. And again, seeing blue-violet light fill your energy field. Anywhere where I feel guilty because my ancestors felt guilty, please clear, release, delete, and transmute that, Archangel Michael, across all time, dimension, space, reality now. Anywhere where I'm holding on to the energy of war, and anywhere the energy of war has been passed down into my womb, into my cells, into my DNA, into my coding, please clear that and clear the root of that, Archangel Michael, across all time, dimension, space, reality now. You can see your strands of DNA lit up with this blue-violet light, really deeply cleansing your DNA and the codes that came through. I'm going to say that one again. Anywhere where we're holding on to the energy of war, or we're experiencing the energy of war in our wombs, in our cells, in our DNA, in our energy fields that has come through our ancestry, Archangel Michael, please clear that, release that, and delete that across all time, dimension, space, reality. And please clear the root cause of that across all time, dimension, space, reality now. Again, seeing blue-violet light pouring in through your ancestry lines and in through your DNA and your cells. So at this point, you should really be bathing yourself in that blue-violet light. Anywhere where I feel scared, fearful in my life that is directly related to my mother lineage, please, Archangel Michael, clear the root of that and clear how I experience that and clear whatever is happening in my DNA that corresponds to that across all time, dimension, space, reality now. And you simply just need to receive my words as we're saying this. You don't need to repeat it out loud. You can just say yes in your mind. Yes, I experience, or I receive this experience. Yes, I receive this prayer. Yes, I receive this healing. Anywhere where I'm holding onto fear and trauma from my father's side, Archangel Michael, please clear, release, delete, and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, reality now. Anywhere where I'm blocking money and prosperity from entering into my life because of any old beliefs that my ancestors have passed down about money and prosperity and abundance, Archangel Michael, please clear those old beliefs out around money and abundance across all time, dimension, space, reality now from my ancestors that I'm receiving. Clear, release, delete, and transmute those. There's a lot of energy here, so really bring your presence here. Really bring the blue-violet ray here. Anywhere where I'm experiencing hardship financially, worry about finances, money, or feeling blocked or stuck in some way, like I have a glass ceiling, anxiety around money, fear of losing it, fear of spending it. If this is connected to my ancestors in any way, what they have passed down to me through the lineage and through the DNA and through the cells and through the energy body and through the womb, Archangel Michael, please clear, release, delete, and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, reality now. Really anchoring in that blue-violet ray, bathing all of your cells, bathing all of your chakras, especially opening up your root and your sacral with this blue-violet ray, letting Archangel Michael in, and sending that through your lineage, your mother and your father's lineage. Anywhere where I've been adversely affected by the ancestors in my genetics and my DNA, anywhere where I'm not fulfilling my most wild and abundant and amazing life directly because of things that are coming from my ancestry that are constricting me, that don't serve me, that are no longer a fit, Archangel Michael, please clear, release, delete, and transmute those things, those energies, those beliefs across all time, dimension, space, and reality now. And so we're going to finish off with that. We're just going to do a short clearing session. So I really want you to receive all of that blue-violet energy now into your field. Again, completely bathing yourselves, allowing yourself to know and believe that this is real, that this energetic work is actually real. We've had a lot of programming that has caused us to feel like this is not real. So we're calling on our deep remembrance that spiritual energy is at the root of all, and that we are co-creators and that we are absolutely allowed and gifted with this ability to direct energy at will. And so we've directed this blue-violet ray down through the ancestry, benefiting our ancestors and benefiting our life today. And these prayers are actually going to open up a domino effect of healing in your life just by doing them, especially if you really showed up in presence, breathed into your body, and anchored in that blue-violet light. So whenever you're ready, you can bathe yourself once more in that blue-violet light as we finish up, and bring yourself back into this space. Whew, awesome. You might want to just really anchor into your root chakra and then your earth star portal. So that's like a foot or two under your feet, and just that really deeply earth chakra energy, just grounding all of that energy, because we had a lot of kind of more of that high frequency voltage coming in our way. So this was a short clearing session, but a powerful clearing session, and was really intended to show you a way that you can work with your ancestors in the blue-violet ray and Archangel Michael to deeply clear any foundational issues that might be coming through, even if you don't know what they are, right? You heard, anywhere where this might be happening, could be happening. Clear, release, delete that across all time, dimension, space, reality, blue-violet ray, Archangel Michael. And the more that you work with your ancestors, and the more that you work with Archangel Michael, you'll get specific downloads of, hey, you need to clear this. Hey, this is showing up from your ancestors. So if you want to join us starting March 7th for an Archangel Michael training with the Blue Violet Ray, we're going to be working with him and the Blue Violet Ray in 3 different ceremonies to receive messages, to deep clear around our wealth consciousness. So we're going to have a whole hour to clear around wealth consciousness, because I know that's a big one for so many of us. And we're also going to clear past life or current life trauma with the Blue Violet Ray. And I'm going to show you how simple it can be to actually clear some of these deeply rooted wounds that we're experiencing in our lives if we actually surrender them over to these very high frequency voltage energies that really and truly are designed to help us transmute anything. So you can sign up mermaid-moon.com/Michael. I've left the link in this video. Amanda saying love, giving us blue hearts. Awesome, thank you. And I'm really excited about that. I work with Archangel Michael every single day of my life. I can attest to his miracles. I can attest to how fucking real he is and how powerful he is. And I say he because the energy of Archangel Michael does show up for me in a more masculine sense. However, I've experienced a version of Michael. I call that energy sometimes Michaela. And I've experienced a feminine frequency from Michael as well. So angels technically don't have genders, but they do have energies that we might associate with being more masculine or feminine. So this is also non-denominational, can work with any religion or no religion at all. Across the board, Archangel Michael will work with you and is outside of any dogma or any human structure, exists well beyond that. So much love to you. Thanks for tuning in to this clearing session. And hopefully I'll see you in the free training where you're going to learn how to work with Archangel Michael in so many areas of your life, hear messages from him, clear out stuff around wealth consciousness, clear out old fears, so you can really expand the way that you want to expand with Archangel Michael as your BFF. Okay? So much love, and we'll see you soon. Bye, loves.